So today we were getting ready to go dive and we were changing, we had our wetsuits on when we started hearing a big... What's happening?
Ah, we have a major problem.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good morning. So we are moored right in front of a beautiful little beach/tiki restaurant. So we're gonna start the day by having a really nice breakfast. Then we're gonna take our dinghy along the anchorage to run a few errands, and this afternoon we should explore what's under our boat. Good morning. Okay, Ryan, cheers. Happy breakfast.
Yeah, great.
Lovely.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. Yum, 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 yum. There is no such thing as too much syrup. After Carol's $5 pancakes, we headed to our friends James and Equus, who was going to come with us to a dive shop to check out some diving equipment. The dive shop was a little farther away from the anchorage, so we decided to take James's tender. James owns a mini jet, and while our electric dinghy cruises at 4 knots tops, James's dinghy... Oh my god, I am scared!
Maybe I think your camera's gonna get wet.
Oh my god!
See the barge up there?
Oh my god, that is fast!
Yeah, that's
Okay, so today we are buying dive gear, and dive gear is super expensive. We don't really have the budget for that, but on the island of Bonaire we found this place that sells rental gear. So we got a pretty good deal on some, so we're gonna get that.
It's just if you are the overinflated, so when the dope valve hits, like the
Hello!
then you will
Oh, there'll be a little
get
air
a
there.
leak there, and of course the dump.
Oh, okay.
So it's only if it's overexpanded.
They both have that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good with it, honey?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
very exciting. Did you think that we would buy dive gear
No.
this year, Ryan?
I did not.
I did not think so either. Haha!
There she goes.
Thanks so much.
Yeah!
You got all...
time.
Yeah, thank you so much. You were so helpful.
Yeah,
We really, really
really great.
appreciate it.
All
Can't
right.
wait to try that.
Thanks again.
Thanks so much.
Cheers.
Anytime.
We've got dive gear.
I mean, it's a little beat up, but like, it's
Oh, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit of faded in the sun, isn't it?
Another tour in the mini jet. All right, let's go on another mini jet adventure. Yay! This is slow, by the way. There is a 5 knots limit that we're respecting, but in 2 minutes we're going. I am wet. Are you wet?
Oh yeah. I'm very wet.
This is wet. There is nothing more satisfying than trying your new toy, and we decided that we were going to take our dinghy and go do that at a dive spot nearby called Something Special. Well, that was before... So today we were getting ready to go dive and we were changing, we had our wetsuits on, and Ryan was just about to put our BCDs and cylinders in the dinghy when we started hearing a big... What's happening?
Ah, we have a major problem.
What's happening?
There's no diving today.
Why?
There's a leak right here.
We need to repair the dinghy now?
Yep. This is why we need dinghy chaps, because the glue's all gonna start coming off. Alright, can you hand me the keys? We're gonna take the motor off and then we'll lift the dinghy.
Ah, boat life. We had missed it so much in 2020 that we almost forgot how eventually, when you expected the least, some very random problem is gonna fall on your head. This time, it was a little hole in the seam of our dinghy created by some glue that melted, probably due to the heat. Coming in the way of our diving, how typical. Fortunately, repairing a bit of glue that came off the dinghy isn't complicated at all. All you need is acetone or some solvent to clean the area, some PVC glue, a cloth, a brush, some baking paper and clamps. I first start by deflating the dinghy enough to be able to work, and went on to clean the entire area with some acetone to remove traces of compromised glue. I used a small screwdriver and a cloth to get inside the hole and rub the edges. It does make the hole bigger, but eventually my screwdriver hit the uncompromised glue. Once I'm happy with how clean the area is, I mix the two-part glue that we have on board for that kind of repair, and I use the brush to apply a generous quantity of glue all the way inside the hole. Once I applied enough glue, I took a small piece of baking paper that I placed between the PVC and the clamp, right where the hole was. I am slightly ashamed to admit that at this point it had been a few days since we also suspected a leak in the floor of our dinghy, and we took the opportunity to research and fix the problem. To detect a leak in an inflatable object, we use water containing some dish soap. We apply a small quantity of that water to the inflatable and look for the formation of bubbles. This time we spotted 3 tiny leaks that we would have never found otherwise. And since all the material we needed to repair them was on hand, we took care of them in the exact same way. So now we let it sit for 24 hours. 24 hours during which we will be dinghy-less. And, and tomorrow we remove the clamps and see if our repairs have worked. Okay, what do you think, Ryan?
We'll see if it holds. I think it will though. I don't know why you think it won't.
I don't know. I think the glue is a little old, is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, going diving, take 2. We're not going to something special. We are going at the back of our boat. Yay!
This is still something special.
You're right.
It is.
Alright, I'm coming.
Inseparable, we were closer than 2
Good morning! So today we want to go to shore. The problem is that our dinghy is still out of function, out of order. So we need to be creative in our mode of transportation. Is this my limousine, Ryan?
Yeah, it is.
Let's go!
Listen,
Okay. Oh my god.
focus on balancing yourself and not
Yes,
only.
I am balanced. Good morning, world. You're doing good, Ryan.
So for you guys at home who never used a paddleboard as an actual mode of transportation before, as opposed to a water toy, it is wet, it is not ideal, but I think we can agree that it is still better than swimming to shore in order to get groceries. Yep.
So we are just back from the hairdresser where Ryan received a haircut. Do you want to show us? Show us your haircut. Oh, you look so nice, so pretty. We are on our way to Budget Marine, and we're gonna buy more of the glue for the dinghy. Then we'll go back to the boat on the paddleboard and see if our dinghy repairs have worked. This is where our bank account comes to die.
Yeah, this is PVC. This is 2-part.
Okay. You wanna do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
You too. Okay. How much have I spent today? It's not even noon. Let's see. That was 40.
That's $23 for the haircut, $10 for some coffee.
Yeah, we're getting close to an $80 day so far. Great.
It's still there.
So if you're wondering what's that tractor noise in the background, that is our engine, and we're running it because we need to be making water today. Not that we always need to run the engine to run the watermaker. Our watermaker is a 12 volt, but we also need to produce a little bit of electricity. We have fallen behind the last few days. It's been cloudy, so our solar panels have not produced as much power as they normally would. So yeah, so we're running the engine, making water, cleaning the boat, you know, like exciting stuff.
So if you've ever wondered how our watermaker's been doing, here's our, what is this, almost 2-year, I guess. Yeah, 2-year update. We actually just recently installed a little bit different 12-volt motor, one that's a little bit easier to replace the brushes. This is the same panel we had before, but it's got a little bit upgraded knob, which I find much easier to use. And it's working phenomenally well. We get 20 gallons an hour out of it, so 75 liters an hour, which is pretty good. Uses like between 60 and 70 amps, which is a bit, but we either run it for a short time or we run it with the engine on and it's fine. So the batteries are always topped up, we always have water. It works pretty well, don't you think?
Yeah. Alright, so it's been 24 hours since we made the repairs on the dinghy, and yeah, we're gonna go see it, reinflate it, and see if our gluing of the seam held. Fingers crossed, because life without a dinghy is not super fun!
Oh my god, look at her, she looks so sad. She is such a sad dinghy right now.
Looks pretty good. This is pretty strong stuff.
That's great. All right, she's coming back to life.
What do you think?
I go get it.
A hole in it?
What's that? Yeah.
Does it have a hole?
The glue went off on the seam. Yeah.
A repair movie. Do it yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so step 2.
Uh-oh, you did it there. That one looks good.
Okay, so yesterday we had bubbles here and we had some bubbles here.
Yeah.
It does have a little bit of bubbles here.
Where?
You see? Right here.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah. It is bubbling.
Huh.
But this one I think we can retighten.
I think we just tighten it down more.
Yeah. But it's not as much as it was the other day.
No.
So that one's easy. All right. And how about here? I'm not sure that's a very pretty repair, but let's see. No bubbles.
Okay.
So the irony of the situation is that I have spent the last 2 weeks saying how amazing our dinghy is. Every time that we were on it, it's like, oh my god, our dinghy is so great. And it's been 5 years that we have her. We never had a problem with her. It's the first time. And all this time we knew that we needed to make dinghy chaps to avoid that very situation. And we always pushed the project, and now we're like, we should really make dinghy chaps. So that's our fault. Sorry girl, we let you down. Do you want to go on a little sunset cruise, Ryan?
Sure, let's go.
Here is one thing that those last 2 days made me thought of. Regardless of if you're having a corporate job, living and working at a farm, or like us, living on a boat full time, every lifestyle comes with its highs and lows. One thing that I got from 2020, when we were so deprived of the highs that come with our lifestyle, is that I am way more tolerant to the lows. Now, granted, this problem with our dinghy wasn't too bad. But I realized that after all we went through last year, I am way more willing to tolerate what will inevitably go wrong in order to experience what is so good about living on a sailboat in a beautiful country. Like this amazing sunset! Because trust me, sometimes when you're in the thick of it and something goes wrong, it is so easy to lose perspective of where you are and how amazing it is that you even are able to be there. Until we arrived in Bonaire, I didn't realize how much I had missed our lives and how much I was so focused on making it through 2020 that I didn't really process what we had lost. It's been over a month since we arrived, and I kind of feel alive again. Well, maybe alive isn't the right word, but for the first time in a year, I feel home. Dinghy repaired!
I'm wanna go put the lines
High
in.
five!
Do you wanna
Dinghy
go?
repaired.
Okay, yay! Come on, 1, 2, 3.
I cannot film and give a high five at the same time.
Let's go put the lines inside the new curly.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing to our channel as it helps us a lot. And if you wonder how our dinghy is doing, she's just great. The next day we filled the oxygen tanks again, packed them in the Tesla of the sea, and went diving to something special. It was the first time we used our dinghy to dive, and if we ever needed it, we loved our dinghy even more for how easy it was to transport our gear and dive in the water from it. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye!